With 4 days left to go in the transfer window, Berta still has a lot of work to be done. Kiwior, Zinchenko, Lokonga, Reece Nelson and Fabio Vieira, all those players are still expected to leave Arsenal when the window shuts on Monday at 7 p.m. The question is, how many of those players can Berta actually get out of the Arsenal? That is the question. Make sure you're locked into RASenal TV and this video starts right now. Yes, people, then welcome back to RASenal TV. I am your host, Dini, and I hope you are all blessed and well. I am sitting outside of the Emirates. As you can see, I've got some remembrance behind me of some past Gooners and some past players as well, I believe, or they may be just fans. I think a lot of these names up here are fans, and if you can get down to the Emirates, have a look at that, absolutely. But we are here to talk about transfers, and as of today, FC Porto are closing in on a move for Jakub Kiwior of Arsenal. The deal is starting to near the 30 million mark that Arsenal actually want to sell Kiwior for. Now, most of it is 25 million pounds, and the 5 million will be add-ons that Arsenal can achieve, or that Porto can achieve very, very quickly to get that money to Arsenal. Now, the situation with this is that the green light is almost there. Kiwior is almost set to leave. He's already packed his bags. I believe he may be in Portugal already. I believe Kiwior may actually be in Portugal already. He's just waiting for the green light. Can I actually sign the papers on a dotted line? He's already agreed personal terms, not a problem. It's the club-to-club talks that are holding back this deal. Now, another deal that could be holding this deal back is the deal for Pierre Hincapie of Bayer Leverkusen. Now, we know that Arsenal do want this player. As soon as the Kiwior deal goes through, let me change that around. As soon as the Hincapie deal is done with Arsenal, I feel like Arsenal will sanction a deal for Kiwior to go on to pastures new. And this is where Berta is really going to earn his coin. Like, you're good with the incomings, you're good with the retention, but it's about addition. There was a Wassa trying to attack me. But it's about addition at the same time too, absolutely. And I think he's done a brilliant job. I said it's about addition, but it's more about outgoings actually. Now especially, because getting in the players is fine. The one sticking point that we've had is outgoings. Getting players out for good fees. Now, I said personally, I think Kiwior should leave for between 30 to 40 million pounds. In my opinion, at least we may be reaching a benchmark of 30 million pounds for this deal to get over the line. Now, in the intro, I mentioned many players that still need to leave. How Berta is going to get these players out of the door, because they're not going to be playing football. Now, I know that Arsenal are playing hardball with most of these deals, because Stuttgart walked away from the Fabio Vieira deal. Fulham walked away from the Fulham deal as it stands right now. As it stands right now, those teams have walked away from those various deals. Arsenal do not want to send Fabio Vieira for anything less than 25 million. I think Arsenal want at least 20 million for Reece Nelson, whether it's a loan with an obligation to buy. It's just depending on if teams want to pay that fee. But Arsenal don't want to be messed about. Not anymore in the transfer windows. And I feel like that's another reason as to why I am happy that Berta is inside. He's in the place and he's locked in here. So, with that being said, Lokonga, Vieira, Nelson, Kiwior, Zinchenko. What's happening with Zinchenko? Because Calafiori's left back. Skelly's there. Even if they sign this Hincapie, who's a left-footed, left-sided defender, plays centre back on the left hand side, there's been rumours that potentially he could even play left back as well, like what Ben White is doing, and this, that and the other. So where are the options going to be for Alexander Zinchenko? Because he's not been trialled in the midfield once by Arteta when it comes to trying him in different positions and seeing how versatile if he can be. So it's been very silent. We know that who's been attracting interest, or who's interested in Zinchenko. Dortmund were interested. I think Milan were interested. Fulham were quoted to be interested in Alexander Zinchenko at one point, but they haven't again pursued the deal because Arsenal want money for these people. I don't understand what the problem is with that. Is it wrong for Arsenal to want money? Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you think it's right that Arsenal want to actually hold out for the fees that they want for these players, because when you see other teams make the deals, that they do, whether it's Chelsea, Liverpool, mainly Chelsea and Liverpool, that are mainly good, really good at saying, especially Chelsea. Players that don't play a minute, or they might play a minute or two of football, get sold for 30 million plus. It doesn't make sense to me, and that is one of the biggest problems that Arsenal have been facing this transfer window and transfer windows beforehand. But I feel like once Arsenal get it right now and set the precedent for the rest of the future, no teams will come around and bully Arsenal for their players, try to get them for cut price fees and this, that and the other. No, they will actually take Arsenal seriously. I don't know if you can hear that train in the background, but they will definitely start taking Arsenal seriously now from this window. So Kiwior is one step away from Portugal. Hinkapie is one step away from joining Arsenal. I still need a left winger to come in, and it's been very silent on the left winger front, and I'm not happy about that in the slightest at all. I am not happy about that, the fact that we haven't secured a left winger yet. So we're just going to see what happens with that. When Trossard got the deal renewed, I was down about it. Can Eze play on the left? Yes, we know he can play on the left. I don't want him to be locked down to the left-hand side and seen as the left winger. I want us to buy an out-and-out left winger bad man. But it's been so silent on that. I ain't got nothing to give you lot on that front. Rodrigo could still happen. It could still happen. If you can hear some talking in the background, I apologize. It could still happen with Rodrigo, but remains to be seen. Definitely remains to be seen. But that's it. That's all I got for you today on RASenal TV and on the RASenal Transfer Center. Make sure you subscribe, smash the like button as well. Leave your comments down below of who do you think? Do you think there'll be any surprises from Arsenal in the rest of the transfer window, or do you think they're done? They signed Eze, they want to sign one more defender, and they're going to call it quits. Do you think that's enough? Do you think that is enough with the squad we have right now? And let's say we sign Hinkapie plus another another winger. Is that enough to get the tower over the line? Does it depend on who the left winger is? You let me know in the comments below. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Love and guidance, people. Peace.